The Death of General Wolfe, painted by Benjamin West in 1707, oil on canvas, and are the dimensions, and it is located in the National Gallery of Canada. This video is for people interested in art history and war, memorization of war, or memorialization of war, I should say. Excuse me. So let's go ahead and get started. Critically thinking about art history, paintings were depicted to memorialize war, but it wasn't necessarily a factual depiction or accurate depiction of what necessarily went on. It was all about conveying a message, a political standpoint, or whatever agenda there was, or sometimes they were just painted after the fact, like the one of Washington crossing the Delaware. That was painted by a German, and you guys can go look that up on the Colbert Report. They do a really good interview with a woman on that painting. Anyways, let's see here. So we're going to do a quick analysis of this painting if I can. So Benjamin West, he traveled from Rome to London. His passage was paid by a rich Philadelphian family in 1760 when he was 21. He started painting and wanted to become better at painting, and started an art school, all that. But mainly this is about what this picture is depicting. So West had a very interesting truth. Before he painted this, Sir Joshua Reynolds and West's patron Archbishop Drummond strongly urged West to avoid painting Wolfe, which is the general in the picture here dying, and others in modern costume, which was thought to detract from the timeless heroism of the event. They urged him to instead paint the figures wearing togas. West refused, writing the same truth that guides the pen of the historian should govern the pencil or paintbrush of the artist. Yet, despite West's interest in truth, there is little to be found in the death of General Wolfe. Without doubt, the dying General Wolfe is the focus of the composition. West paints Wolfe lying down at the moment of his death, wearing the red uniform of a British officer. A circle of identifiable men attend to their dying commander. Historians know that only one Lieutenant Henry Brown, who holds the British flag above Wolfe, was present at the general's death. And you can see this man here. Clearly, West took artistic license in creating a dramatic composition, from the theatrical clouds to the messenger approaching on the left. He's wearing the green, to announce the British victory over the Marquis de Montcalm and his French army in this decisive battle. And this is a battle in the 7-Year War. Just to clarify that, this was the 7-Year War, which is considered the First World War, part of the First World War. Previous artists such as James Barrie painted this same event in a more documentary, true-to-life style. In contrast, West deliberately painted this composition as a dramatic blockbuster. This sense of spectacle is also enhanced by other elements, and West was keenly interested in giving his viewers a unique view of the North American scene. This was partly achieved through landscape and architecture. The St. Louis River appears on the right side of the composition, and the steeple represents the cathedral in the city of Quebec. In addition to the landscape, West also depicts a tattooed Native American on the left side of the painting, shown in what is now the universal pose of contemplation. The Native American firmly situates this as an event from the New World, making the composition all more exciting to a largely English audience. Perhaps most important is the way West portrayed the painting's protagonist as Christ-like. West was clearly influenced by the innumerable images of the dead Christ in Lamentation and Depositions paintings that he would have seen during his time in Italy. Remember, he came from Rome. This deliberate visual association between the dying General Wolfe and the dead Christ underscores the British officer's admirable qualities. If Christ was innocent, pure, and died for a worthwhile cause, that is the salvation of mankind, then Wolfe too was innocent, pure, and died for a worthwhile cause, the advancement of the British position in North America. Indeed, West transforms Wolfe from a simple war hero to a deified martyr for the British cause. This message was further enhanced by the thousands of engravings that soon flooded the art market both in England and abroad. Benjamin West's The Death of General Wolfe justifiably retains a position as a landmark painting in the history of American art. In it, West reinterprets the rules of what a history painting could be, both in regard to period depicted and the attire the figures wore, and at the same time followed a visual language that would have been familiar to the 18th century audience. This composition set the stage for many contemporary history paintings that John Singleton Copley and John Trumbull painted throughout the rest of the 18th century. And this is an article taken from the Smart History Journals, and it was written by Brian Zygmunt. You guys can look that up. And this is just kind of a reminder to look at art and even pictures in modern day society very critically. What message is being displayed? Who is this art? Who is this painting for? Or even when you see advertisements, who is this advertisement for? What audience is it playing to? There's always messages coming at us through art or other visual media, and it's not always accurate messages, or they can sway us one way or another. So always be clear of the agenda, guys. Thanks.